This NFC is so crazy good. And the Oscar goes to the NFC. The Packers, they are the #1 seed. Convincingly so? I don't know. 4-1-1. We have 6 teams at 5-2. What could be more fun than that? We have a legit 7 teams that look like they can make a run at the Super Bowl. Are the Bucs among them? We also have some winds of change. Last night, the Lions have taken over the Packers as faves to win the conference. They are plus 340. Packers second at plus 400. This is anybody's game here, and I love it. As for the actual games last night, let's start with what the Lions did. This was a reminder. We talked about this a long time this morning. I got in bed at 5 p.m. yesterday. I watched both of these games. We don't talk about the Lions for some reason. We gave them all their love. Yeah. When a team goes from the pits to the top, I think it should extend beyond just a season. That's my big takeaway. And with the Lions, it's quiet. It's like all of a sudden they're just a contender. It's like they all of a sudden have become like the Steelers. Like they're always just kind of going to be the Niners. They're always going to maybe be in the mix or something. We should give this more love. And what they did last night was say, F you, everybody not talking about us. To everyone, talking more about the Eagles, these Bucs, and this MVP run that Baker has been on that stopped yesterday. They said, we are the absolute class of the NFL right now. There was nothing more impressive maybe in the entire weekend than what this Lions defense did with this maniac defensive coordinator who I told you when I went to camp, Kelvin Sheppard was yelling at everyone, saying, what are you smiling about? In the middle of like a dome practice on a Tuesday. This man is a madman. He gets these 4 starters in the secondary are out of the lineup, and he has these, they were nasty. They were pissed. I don't know what he was telling them about Baker leading into this, but this squad, these relative, I'm going to say unheralded guys that are not household names, were so dominant all over the field against what is one of the most explosive offenses in the league. It was Nik Robertson, okay? Like, Robertson, by the way, who we should be talking about, really is one of the better nickels in the league. Lockdown all night. Huge forced fumble. We're talking about Nick Whiteside this morning. He was playing in the UFL last year, 3 PBUs. He held sensation, rookie, Emeka Egbuka without a catch on 25 snaps they were matched up on. Yeah. Nope, couldn't happen on anybody. And then you have this record. I mean, it's Arthur Mullet. By the way, he was on the practice squad at this time yesterday. It's insane. You had Aiden, you had Lee McNeil. This pass rush made Baker uncomfortable all night. The pressure was at an 11 out of 10. They can do that. Other teams can do that too. Let that be a lesson to Baker. This Lions team. Unbelievable. And I feel bad. I feel like I need to take some ownership of that. I have not talked about them. Who do they have next? Do they have a bye next? Where are these Lions next? Bye? Okay, they have a bye week now. Okay, who do they have on the other side of that? Vikings. Okay. Easy peasy for them. Vikings will be interesting. They'll have a little... They're Thursday night this week to kick off week 8 is Vikings at Chargers, these woolly teams. NFC is too close for comfort. So what happened last night with the Baker side of it all, I can't really be that positive about it. Am I still in on them? Yes. People jumping ship? Yes, and I kind of get it. Like, I get why they're getting dragged this morning, or why people are MVP this, MVP... Yeah, that was not good, and there's no other way around it. 5 for 21 against a great team does not a Super Bowl contender make right now. We got to fix some of these things. I think it happened for a reason. That's great. But, my gosh, he was 5 for 21 on throws of over 10 yards. These things were sailing a little bit. There were some overthrows. I don't know what's going on. He didn't seem to be handling that pressure from the Lions particularly well. I loved to see... sort of I don't know. I didn't like the ref stuff. I didn't like him talking about. There's not much I liked on the Bucs side of things. We now lose Mike Evans, so credit to Light for drafting. I think not a lot of people wanted Emeka Egbuka. but they drafted him, and he's been a revelation, and obviously they're going to need him. Just like the credit for just drafting good players and all of that. Yeah, I'm not going to say there's a lot of Twitter comments burying them. I think that makes sense. I don't think it's going to hold up. I think they're going to be fine. I think they got the Saints this week, and I believe they have the Patriots, a nice test against Drake May after that. But this is going to ding his MVP chances. I believe Hamilton, where is he, fourth? No? He slides to fourth? Okay.
Yeah, he's now fourth at plus 900.
That's where he belongs.
Yeah.
That's where he belongs. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Drake May. Like I said, he's got that, I think it's a week 9. No, yeah, a week 9 battle against Drake May. He's got to win against these Saints, got to really bring it back. We got a lot of football to go. I think we'll remember this as a really bad game in October, and maybe one that they need. Maybe one that they need to take and heal up. I'm not going to make excuses, though. Maybe he's a little bit banged up. I know he was banged up walking off the field. I think their bye week probably comes at a great time. Get past New Orleans, big divisional game, got to win that one. Then you got Buffalo. Then you got LA. Those 3 games, 10 through 12, that is your MVP candidacy. This is not like Heisman vibes, okay, people? And Ham, you can join me here. This isn't Heisman world where everything lives and dies on one week, but this was a big spot. They deserve the venom. MVP talk is tough when you're talking about the refs. But I also think Baker doesn't care. I like when Baker's like that. I don't think he cares about the MVP. I said this last week. Did I ever say that he should be number 1 in MVP? Never.
No.
And he shouldn't be. And he belongs in this area because it'll drive them. This negativity, they clearly have to figure some things out. What's the big concern here? I mean, obviously injuries are a concern. Hopefully they can heal up. The big concern is maybe the balance of this team. And he alluded to it. He had a quote in the postgame presser that really had my ears up, saying, when you're passing every play, it's obvious the defense could put its ears back, and it's not fair to the offensive line. And how unbalanced were they?
Yeah, they were bordering on 90% pass in that game. And it wasn't like it was one of these games where they're down 3 touchdowns early and have to, air it out to battle back. They were in this. This is a 1-possession game in the 3rd quarter. So they could have been a little bit more balanced. And again, it's not making excuses because you're going to say, oh, you're an MVP candidate. You should be able to throw it 50 times and win. But the reality of it is teams that throw 50 plus times a game, the record's not good in those games. You have to have some balance. And they did run it okay with Rachaad White. Yes, they missed Bucky Irving, but I do think there's something to that. They got away from it a little too much. And it's something they didn't do a ton last year. Liam Cohen really stuck by that run game last year. It's really important for this team and for this offense to get that going.
What happens when he does have this kind of pressure? And they sacked him 4 times, Aiden Barnes, they were all over him. These feisty guys in the secondary, all of that was happening. As far as his footwork, we talked about this a little bit, and what are you seeing there when he does get the works from the defense? And Sheppard gave them the works.
Yeah, there were times you saw a few kind of fadeaway throws in there from him where he's kind of backing out to try to lessen the blow of one of those hits that he was taking. Yeah, there were moments that got a little bit sloppy, but we've seen him handle pressure before and make those throws and stay on point. I don't know exactly why it was worse last night, but it clearly was. He was missing way too many throws. But yeah.
They had a bad night against a really good team, a Super Bowl contender with a defense that isn't getting heralded. So last night, to me, I'm not jumping ship on them. I think it sucks. I think they deserve all the venom until they turn it around, and it's not going to happen against the Saints. It's going to happen against Drake May. It's going to happen against Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen, not in that order, but those later weeks when things start to matter. Momentum matters. I mean, look no further than that Bucs team with Brady and those 7 straight wins about this time. This is when you need to come into form. So maybe this was one of those things that they needed. I do think Baker performs better when he's against the wall. People hate him. I do think that that's the thing. So keep the venom coming. They're going to figure it out. The story of the night, bottom line, plain and simple, is Kelvin Sheppard. This DC deserves his flowers from the entire National Football League and fans.